You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is John the Scripter, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, the DMV's home for high school basketball. Hosted by Chelsie Cross and featuring Chelsie Cross. We bring you the latest news, interviews, rankings, recruiting buzz, and standout performances from the public and private school basketball scene across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Stream us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout, YouTube, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Now, let's get into it. Here's your host, Chelsie Cross.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. As always, I'm Chelsie Cross. She is
Chelsie Cross.
We're on the campus of the Bullis School in Potomac, Maryland for the Maryland Live period. I'm talking fast because I got a guy who's walking out the door, but I had to get him on the podcast, so I want to make sure I don't take up too much of his time. Mr. Walter Hamilton, thank you for joining us, sir.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
A few things come to mind when we talk about this interview. Number one, I had a gentleman on this podcast maybe an hour ago. His last name is Braxton. He sees you from time to time.
He does.
I think you got the best of him last year.
I did.
He said that. He said those very words. The second thing that comes to mind is our podcast and one of my company's sponsors. That man right there is Capital Hoops Summer League. And I see your boys at our Summer League at DeMatha.
Yep.
The third thing I want to say is, are you going to leave any food on the plate for anybody else? 6 straight championships, sir? 6 straight titles?
Well, one, it's a crazy experience over the last 6 years.
Right.
All glory and praise to God, for the kids and the opportunity to be able to coach such a great group of kids over the last 6 years. Now, we are moving up to Division I, so Braxton and a lot of coaches in Division II and Vista are happy that I'm moving out.
But it sounds like Division I better watch out.
Yes.
You coming for them?
Yeah, we're coming.
You ain't leaving nothing for no one, Coach. I ain't mad at you. At the end of the day, I don't even know if it's about the wins. It's about building the right program the right way with the right young ladies, right?
Correct.
And making sure that beyond basketball, you're doing what you're supposed to do to be the mentor, the father, everything you need to be, because it's more than basketball.
Absolutely.
You know that. Why this program, and how have we built this success?
Well, it's interesting, but my motto is everything earned.
Okay.
And when I first started this program, we had no gym. So for me, it was a situation where I can't allow any excuse to be made to our kids or to our parents or to anybody that we still can't be successful without having some of the same resources that other programs have, like a Bullis or a PVI or Bishop McNamara.
St. James.
St. James. So, with that mindset, it allows our kids to understand that, that we can still compete at a high level. We don't duck anybody. We'll play anybody. And that starts with me, but it starts with just the foundation of the kids that have come before these kids that are now playing today.
Right.
So like that culture and that mindset that, hey, when you come here to get better as far as development. You come here to get exposure. I mean, you're going to play against some of the best teams and see where you might measure up. And the other part of it is you get a chance to go play ball at the next level. So you get a really holistic view from an athletic standpoint here, and then from an academic side and a spiritual side, because we're a Christian school over at Virginia Academy, your spiritual and your professional development is also important as well.
Sir, you left out a word. I don't want to correct you. You said you're going to play against some of the best competition. Don't you mean in the country? Because that's what we got right here, right? Yeah. It's not just in Virginia. No. It's not just D.C. or Maryland. I'm telling you, I've called the game for a while. It surprises me we haven't come across each other. This will be my 8th season calling the games for St. John's. Mm-hmm. So I call Kendall Walker, A.Z. Fudd, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Who did I just finish calling? I can't say her name. She's going to Florida State.
Oh, Morgan
Stewart. Yeah, I've called all the games.
Oh, yeah.
Giselle Grant. I mean, you name them, I call them. What's our girl down at is it Duke or UNC?
Oh, Delaney.
Yeah. You remember? So I'm surprised. Have you come up to any of the tournaments and stuff here? Maybe I haven't called any ones you've been in.
Yeah, I mean, we play everywhere. I mean, we play at She Got Game. Mm-hmm. We actually played at St. John's for one Christmas tournament. Scribner hit me up. We were actually supposed to play them. Mm-hmm. And at that time, there was a schedule conflict, so we ended up playing PVI instead of St.
Was it in the last 7 or 8 years?
Yes, sir. It was 3 years ago.
So I must have called that game then. I had to, because I call all the girls' games.
Yeah, because it was a kind of a composite kind of tournament that he put together right before New Year's. Uh-huh. And we played Life Center with Kiyama McMillan in that game, and we ended up beating them. They were, I think, top 20 team in the country. And nobody had ever heard of us. And Scribner was like, "You guys are good." Yeah, I've never seen you guys play before. I've heard some things about you, but seeing you guys, wow. Right. So, I mean, so it's good to get, that type of praise from your contemporaries, on what you built. And because he's built a great program over the years that's a top 10 team normally in the country. Right. That's what we're striving to be.
I've one thing I've seen with Scribner is that 2 or 3 years ago when they were in the finals, or maybe even won the finals, because it's always them or McNamara.
Yeah.
For years it was Seton was in there. I'm talking about 15 years ago. But I've seen him take girls that, in the first 10 games of the season might go 6-4, 5-5, and then here it comes. Yeah. And he does it every year. I don't want to hog this mic. I'm gonna let you get in a minute, Chelsie. But we're having basketball talk, and I can't believe I haven't crossed this man's path before. So jump in, Chelsie, please.
How do you get the most out of your players? No matter what the roster is, obviously something's working. So how do you make sure girl 15 and girl number 1 all get a great experience and all improve and all feel like they contribute to the team?
Yeah, that's great coaching. It sounds like.
Yeah, to me, it's about being relational and not transactional.
Right.
Building relationships with these kids, with their parents, so that they, it's living in this area and paying for private school is not cheap. So, I value from a monetary standpoint, what these parents put into their investment into their children, and making sure that when they leave this program, that they get a return on their investment. So it starts with me building relationships with them. I do a good job, I think, of relating to the kids. 'Cause I can still play a little bit, so I still think I'm the best shooter in the gym and the best ball handler when it comes to my kids. And I don't joke, and we laugh about it, but I also can develop as well. So they kind of see they don't just see the X's and O's part or just the basketball standpoint. I actually care about them outside of just basketball. I think it's helped me to get the best out of the kids, and they know that I care. They know that I have their back, that I'm riding with them no matter what, and I value what they bring to the table.
Sir, you're moving up to Division I, so there'll be some challenges there. Nothing you're not ready for. We know that. Nothing you're not ready for. But come December, this is what I want to know. And I ask every coach this. Come December, why should someone take that ride to Virginia Academy? What are they going to see?
They're going to see a team that's going to compete and play hard every night. That's going to be well-conditioned, mentally tough. That's not willing to back down from a challenge. That's going to play together. A team that's going to hold each other accountable.
All right.
And with that leads to winning. That you may not always win, but we're also going to learn from any mistake. And we're going to see a team that's battle tested in December to prepare for March. Everything that we do in November, December, and January is just a preparation for us to prepare for the state tournament. So, which is why I want to challenge us to play some of the best kids in the country, because you see those kids in like the summer.
Right.
So now when you see them in the summer, you see them in high school, you don't feel intimidated. You don't feel overwhelmed by like the moment.
You and I both know what you just said is 1,000% true. We're cool. We don't mind starting off 6-0, but you'd rather end the season with 6 straight wins.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because we're getting ready for February. Hopefully, we're running to March, and if there's some bonus play, we'll continue playing in March,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
Chelsie,
sir.
what do you have to finish off with this young man?
I was just going to say, I mean, sometimes I'll ask coaches, when you perform so well for so long, what's the next step? But you want your girls to improve. You guys are moving to Division I. And honestly, I find that pretty admirable that you're not just staying where you are. So I just want to say, I mean, thank you for giving these girls a challenge, and thank you for not necessarily giving them more exposure, but giving them more competition so that they're even more ready for the next level.
Yeah, and I think to your point, Chelsie, is a situation where, it's easy to just be like, hey, let's be complacent. So like, what are you playing for? Well, for a lot of these kids, they may not have a scholarship lined up yet, or they want to outdo last year's team, right? So I've kind of a superstition thing. I don't wear any of our state championship rings.
Okay.
Right. So we just had a meeting yesterday for our sixth one. I've never worn one of them, because I look at it as a situation where if I focus too much on what we did last year, then I lose sight of what we're trying to do next year.
Right.
And I try to keep that same mentality when it comes to our team. Yeah. And I look at each season as chapters. I tell them that. I say, look, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 not complete. It's a brand new team. I lost 6 seniors.
Okay.
So I'm bringing in 6 or 7 kids. So now, how do you want your chapter to end?
Okay.
So so each year I'm trying to make sure that they understand. Like, you guys are writing right now. We are writing a book. This book started in 2020, 21 during COVID, and we have exceeded expectations, I would say. But now that we have a certain level of expectation, how do you want your chapter to end? Do you want, and for most of them, that is like their motivation for them to make sure that, hey, we don't want to be the team that lost in the state championship game, or we don't want to be the team that didn't make it to the state championship. We want to hang another banner up and represent Virginia Academy and our families and ourselves the same way that the other 6 teams have done.
Do you at least try to ring on? You at least get it sized for you, sir?
I do. I do get it sized. I look at it briefly, and one day I'll celebrate what we've done. And I'm doing a better job of that. My mom and my wife have told me, you need to celebrate these wins more, which I do,
sir, because I don't want you to be so selfless that I'm not your big brother, I'm not your dad, or anything like that.
But you got wisdom though, so I'm listening. I'm listening. Right? I'm all ears.
I want you to understand that it is these moments and it is the journey, of course, that matters. You made an impression on these young ladies that there's someone you coached who won a championship who will not play basketball at the next level.
Yeah.
But when she's in the boardroom, the confidence she has in the boardroom is because you taught her how to jab step. Yeah. You taught her how to play the shell drill. You taught her how to play help side defense, right? When she's 2 passes away, she don't need to be all up in her man's grill, right? She needs to be in help. So those are the things you're doing as well, because as we know, my famous statement from Phil Jackson is there's more to basketball than basketball.
Absolutely.
So thank you for doing it with these young ladies. You and I both know that young ladies will become young women differently when there's either arts or athletics in their past, right? And if that's part of their DNA, then we're doing our job, because you know what? There's someone who needs you as the mentor. They need to see you doing it because they might not see it at home. They might see it in the wrong way. So thank you for leading these young ladies. Thank you for showing them what a championship feels like, but what hard work feels like, because they didn't get there the easy way.
Right.
You said you ain't ducking nobody, so we're gonna look for it. I'm gonna look at Max Preps. I'm gonna see where I can find y'all. Hopefully y'all come close, so I ain't got to take that drive down to Virginia Academy. But
well, I'll say this: this is a drive worth it. I think we have the best facility in the area, if not in the whole entire Southeast.
So, Chelsie, what am I gauging it on? What is my question? Their facility.
What about the concession stand?
I want to know about the concession stand.
Okay, so concession stand is on point. It's funny because I'm getting ready to go to Costco in a little bit to go stack it up, and so we have a partnership with a couple restaurants down there.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
But
it's not just mom and dad in there cooking hot dogs.
No, but this is the thing. I want to host a showcase this year, and you might get my mom's macaroni and cheese, and so that that alone with home cooked food,
that makes the drive worth it.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I will tell you this. I've done PA announcing for 30 plus years. I'm at St. John's, I'm at St. Andrews, I'm at Georgetown Prep, I'm at Landon, and I'm at a few different places. I do DeMatha from time to time. I own a DJ service. If you want a showcase, if you need some sound, something down there, let me know. Make sure he leaves with more than just the podcast card. We'd love to come down there because I'm all about supporting these young folks. My wife is a 20-plus year teacher. My grandmother was a librarian for years. My mother-in-law is teachers. My cousins are teachers. We believe in supporting these young people.
I appreciate it.
We really do. So let's see what we can do to get down there, especially for Mom's Mac and Cheese. Where's Mom from?
Mom from Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, God, dog. I got to get down there.
So
my grandfather from Aiken.
Oh, yeah. So, look, you get that red rice?
I have not had any in quite some time.
Man, well, outside of that,
right?
I need you to come about the house.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So
understood.
You're all invited to the cookout. So.
All right. Understood. That's all it took.
That's it, man.
You know, folks, we make these relationships. We love the game, but we love the folks and the coaches that coach this game for more than just basketball. He's not in it for the rings. He's getting the rings, but you know what? KRS-One said, when you master your craft, the money and the success will come find you, right?
Indeed.
So it has found you. Coach Walter Hamilton with the Virginia Academy, thank you for being here, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you guys for your platform, and you know I'll do my best to make sure that I also promote you guys as well. So it's not just about you guys helping support my program. I'm here to support you guys as well. So anything that I can do to help you guys.
That macaroni and cheese might help.
Okay, I got you.
Coach Walter Hamilton, folks.
Thanks for tuning in to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your home for high school basketball coverage across the DMV. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube, Buzzsprout, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Follow us on Instagram and X at DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Chelsie Cross, featuring Chelsie Cross. Thanks for listening.